Quite a lot going on in America with the campuses, the university students. So these are pictures of a lot of trouble, actually. This is The Guardian, hundreds of students arrested at US protests. So it's on campuses. And there we are, we can see it's being described as pro-Palestinian, very angry about Gaza. What do you think about this, Sarah?
I think it's incredible that people still believe that they should go out and protest and make their values heard and be seen. And I'm all for protesting.
I was going to say incredible good or incredible bad?
Incredible good.
Yeah.
As long as it's lawful and as long as there's no violence. I grew up, during the miners' strike, and I remember people going out, the right to protest, to be seen, to be heard. And I believe in it. It's a human right to do that.
Students particularly, Bobby, right? Because I think you probably feel radical when you're a student.
Yeah, again, I always tell my students, the ones that go to university is meant to be a place where you develop your critical thinking, and critical thinking means you don't always accept the status quo. So you, again, in a peaceful, legal way, definitely feel like you can challenge the status quo, and I think that's what these students are doing.
Do you know the whole Gaza thing? When I was at college in the 80s, even then it was I think the university I was at was twinned with a college on the West Bank.
Yeah.
Occupied territories and all of that politics of the Middle East that's 40 years ago.
For a very, very long time.
It's going on and on and on.
Yeah.
And of course, they're very upset by what they've seen from Gaza, particularly these students. But it's interesting that it's not quite so much happening in the UK. Can you explain that?
I think maybe this is more the militant nature of US students. If they're upset about something, they'll protest. Whereas in the UK, I think, again, we're a bit more like, we'll take our time, we'll find more legal measures.
Well, I think we're being oppressed about it. I think we're being suppressed. I think there's, you can sort of see, even when the people came to demonstrate out here, it's like they're called hate marches, and it's just turned in a different way. But I don't think the young people really mobilise themselves, and I don't know if that's a hangover from COVID days. They still don't know how to protest.
I'm very embarrassed. When I was a student, I was so indolent, I was so apathetic. So the big thing was boycott Barclays, right? Because they had links to South Africa. Now, that's the basic one, right? Apartheid was wrong. And I was just like,
couldn't be bothered.
I had an account with Barclays. I couldn't, I had no connection.
Yeah.
And I feel embarrassed now, actually. I think the students who were on the streets were a cut above.
Yeah, and also I think young people don't have that voice in society now, and I think this is giving people that voice, and they're important. They're the future. They're shaping their world, and I think we've got to give them the right to do that.
Well, I hope everyone votes. We're not talking about elections today, but it is a big voting day. The one thing we can say today is that everyone, if you've got a vote, do use it, right?
Yeah,
Young, old, whatever. It's really important.